Oh, oh, yeah, yes. This one's for the real fathers. I remember my dad would spend all he had to always put food on the table. Worked as hard as he's able. Taught me to make my bed. Put bubbles in my head. Scold me when I did wrong. And never let me down. Oh, I remember my daddy. I got fearing man who took care of me in the best way he can. Oh, I remember my dad, strongest man I know. And I wanna say, whoa, that I love you so. So let me talk about the real fathers, the ones who care, make sacrifices, and always there. And let me talk about the real father, them, show them that love, cause appreciation is what they need more of. Too many times we talk about the deadbeat dads. Those who don't care are the ones we call back. By the time we acknowledge the ones who's there from kindergarten to college, the one who run come quick. If you hear say you're sick, pay all of your doctor bills. You turn big man and woman and them still running still. Now we talk about those who play the role of mom and dad in one. Because the mother left you with 3, 4, 5 of them, and she gone. How well are you with salute right now? Cause you never left your youth, and you nurture from root. So take a vow, you're always around. So stand strong, cause it's you where the crown. So now we talk about the real fathers, the ones who care, make sacrifices, and always there. And now we talk about the real father time. Show them the love, cause appreciation is what they need more of. Ooh, yeah. Even though my dad isn't as strong as he was, he's still there when we need him, still there for us. And even though my dad taught me as much as I learned, I know he's done enough. And now it's my turn, cause I remember my daddy, a God-fearing man who took care of me in the best way he can. Oh, I remember my dad, strongest man I know. And I wanna say, oh, that I love you so. So now we talk about the real fathers, the ones who care, make sacrifices, and always there. And now we talk about the real father, them, show them that love, cause appreciation is what they need more of. Much love to my dad and all the real fathers out there.
And that's a music video there with Rosalind Reed. It's called Real Fathers. And of course, you know, we celebrating Father's Day. It's Father's Friday, as we want to call it, on the Now Morning Show this morning. And this morning, the minister alluded to it earlier, and we have him live with us this morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Calypso King of the world, the one and only Dr. Slinger Francisco, The mighty Sparrow is live with us this morning, as well as his daughter, Karen Maria Francisco. Good morning to you both, and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning.
I am blessed and honored to be here this morning to be able to have a conversation with you guys. First of all, I want to extend condolences to you both on Sergio's passing recently. I imagine that it would have been, a rough time for the family. So I want to extend my condolences firstly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was devastating, man.
Well, I wanted to chat with you a bit about that because, they say that it's always devastating when a child goes before the parent. So I'm curious as to how it is that you are dealing with it and able to continue. Mighty Sparrow, can you?
Well, the fact is, I am in New York, and everything happened in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to try to make arrangement to get there to help Sergio, and being not so well myself, I moved slowly,
Yeah.
and before I could do anything, it just all happened, and I get so all confused. So my daughter had to do most of the work and to get this whole thing settled because she was the only one on hand to do this.
And had the strength to deal with it.
So glad to have her.
All right. So we give thanks for that. I wanna chat this morning with you and Karen about, the experience of being a father and not just being a father, but you are a very public figure. You've toured the world times and times over. And Karen, how was it for you growing up, having a father that is touring the world, the Calypso king of the world, always on stage, always working? How was that experience for you growing up?
Well, I was lucky enough to have had him at the early part. He had the Sparrow Young Brigade, right? It's in my yard. It's my yard. Mm-hmm. So I grew up going to the window. No one knew this, so that I'm exposing here. But I would go late at night to the window in the kitchen and listen while the fets were going on, and I'm hearing Natasha Wilson and Penguin and all of them. So for me that was normal because I didn't have anything to compare it to, and so I grew up hearing music all the time. Then when they're doing the mic checks, I'm playing with them. I'm like, mic check 1 2 1 2 3, mocking them all. So that was how it was for me. It was like just living in the background of a concert hall, I suppose.
Yeah, that sounds amazing though. It sounds like you would grow up just with music in you.
Yeah, definitely. We had music all the time.
Dr. Francisco, did you ever feel like you wanted to push your children in the direction of music because you were doing music?
No, I never tried to push them in that at all. I figure, well, they would have to make up their own mind as to what they want to do. But a lot of the times, I have to be running from hotel to hotel, from plane to plane, and all that sort of thing. I was more thinking about my children would have to be into education and things of that sort. Children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life,
they go get real help.
It tells you the whole story there. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. You're better off there.
Did you feel it important to put messages like that in your music to make sure that you can educate your children as well as the nation's children?
Yes, definitely. There's no question about
that. Karen, can you tell me some of the lessons that you would have learned growing up in a concert hall, growing up in a concert, a constant concert?
One of the lessons that my dad taught me to this day I use. Let's just say someone came by and they just were not nice at all. And I was very upset. And he's like, hold up, You don't know what she's going home to. You don't know what has made her upset. Don't judge simply because of the experience you have experienced. And I try my best to take everyone and say, hold up, you don't know what they just came from. They could have heard the worst news. And so I try to take that, and that was one of the biggest messages. And also that to live your life, independently. Just because someone invites you somewhere, you don't have to go, type of thing. So be very independent, know how to do things in that way. So those are my 2 things.
No, those are very, very important lessons, I think. And Karen, you started a vocal training school. It's very interesting because your dad never did vocal training, proper official vocal training. He has one of the sweetest voices in the world.
And I'm still here if you need lessons, Dad.
All right. I hear you.
Tell me about the inspiration to get into music from this perspective, given the fact that your dad never pushed you to it.
I've always gravitated since I was young, playing piano. I would just go to the piano. They didn't put me in lessons until I was just always on the bloody piano. And, I did singing through school. And I just started to take I didn't take vocal training professionally until I was in about maybe 10, 15 years ago. So I was only being trained through school. That was about it. And when I started, the more that I went to the training just for myself, because I was training to be an artist, I realized, wait a minute, I really love what she's doing. I was more interested in what the teacher was doing.
Right.
And so I asked her to certify me, and that was it. It was just love at first sight. I just love seeing other people learn how to build it.
Now, Mighty Sparrow, so this would be, Karen is into vocal training, Sergio was into calypso. Do you feel a sense of pride that they have come into music from this perspective?
But of course, to see your kids in the same field and you could only smiling in the background, saying, you're doing okay. That's nice.
Come back here and
sing me something, man. Sing something to me.
Okay.
Say something fair. Now, Mighty Sparrow, before we wrap up, I want you to talk to the children of the nation. It's Father's Day coming up this weekend. I want you to talk specifically to the men. If you had any advice to give men, young fathers coming up, what advice would that be?
Well, one of the things I definitely think that we should tell the guys, please be responsible. And just neglect is happening all over the place. It's not something that we're proud of. So don't get into that. Do the right thing. And I'm sure that you'll be happy that you did.
The singer not on.
All right, we seem to be hearing, we're barely hearing you because we're hearing some sort of thing ringing in the background. I don't know what that is.
Ringing in the background.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Better now?
Much better now. So let me get that advice again before we go, because I think we missed most of it.
Yeah, see me now.
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're seeing you and you're hearing you.
Give me to hear me now. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
With my big mouth.
So yes, you were telling the man of the nation.
Tell them what to do from this world. But what I would like to see is that they act responsibly and do the right thing, because kids have them to look up to. They all want to know that they did the right thing.
I agree. Doing the right thing is important, and I think that's a lesson that we definitely can take. I want to thank you so much for all of the hard work, all of the things that you've contributed to the very cultural fabric of Trinidad and Tobago over the years. I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. I know that all of your children love you immensely and will celebrate you, and the children of the nation celebrate you on a constant basis. So happy birthday, happy Father's Day, sorry, to you, Dr. Slinger Francisco, the mighty Sparrow.
And
thank you so much for coming on board this morning. You and Karen, thank you, Karen, for coming and joining us this morning. And Karen, you want to wish anybody happy Father's Day before we go?
Was it by accident you wish me a happy birthday?
It was. When is your birthday?
Next month.
Next month. Oh, don't worry, I'll go wish you happy birthday then too.
In about 3 weeks.
All right, nice. We'll celebrate you then as well. Whole day on the morning show. You'll call you back, eh?
All right. Happy birthday to me.
I just want to say happy Father's Day to my dad, of course, and to all my son's father and everyone that is celebrating Father's Day.
Well, thank you both for coming on this morning and sharing with us inside the Now Morning Show. Sparrow, I'm going to play your favorite song to go. Happy Father's Day and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much for coming on with us. Stay safe. The mighty Sparrow, ladies and gentlemen, and his daughter Karen Francisco. The Now Morning Show. We take a break and be back.
From a land so far, I was caught and I was brought here from Africa.
Why do I keep fooling myself when I know you love someone else? Only a fool breaks his own heart. I pretend that I don't see when you walk